push now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though.
Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Oakland Raiders and our home team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one complete to Smith. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Benjamin. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Rosen. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
First down, Raiders.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Hey, Haywood! Hug!
3rd and long here for Rosen. And he's credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
49, check 49.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And they went the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. And an alley to run. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Back to throw here. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 2-yard touchdown grab. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll try the left side. Benjamin, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Rosen. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. At the Raiders' 30-point.
Back to throw now on second and 10. He completes it to Henry. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another first and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Badgley on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Chargers 28, Raiders 0.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 42.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Here we go. Hard. Check the backer. Back. Switch.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Being chased out left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On second down, Benjamin. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
That's it. Big hit.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
I'm coming for you, man. Shift. Watch twist.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Go. 57 to Mike.
And they'll indeed go for it with Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and that'll bring up second down. Second and 10. It's caught. Smith. Well, he's in for a Charger touchdown. In for the score as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, alert, alert.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Yeah, they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Check. Lock it. Pressure.
Now a handoff looking right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Ready. Hey, 50's a mic. 50's a mic. Danny.
They'll set up a throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Bud Dupree coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
At the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, watch the lane.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
You see me?
Maurice Hurst.
They can't stop.
He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Let's go.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Desmond King picks it, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
I got it. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll run on 1st down. Benjamin. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Rosen. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
At their own 25-yard line.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45.
49's the mic. Quarter. 49's the mic. Watch 49. 6 man. Hey. High 7. Alert 3.
They'll look to throw on 1st down to Josh Rosen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Rosen to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch.
Rosen's pass complete to number 83. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Come on, slam.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So that one will be accepted.
Let's go.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Watch 57. Hey, Charlie.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Rosen looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on second and long. Rosen. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Here's Rosen. Wide open receiver, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Strip the ball. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders are able to eat just a bit into this sizable deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe
try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Makes the score Chargers 42, Raiders 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
Here's Taylor throwing again. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
I'm going back to you.
Now back to throw. this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Intended for his wideout. It's now 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Mike, 49.
They gonna need some therapy after this. Alert!
49.
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
Hey, defense, let's go. Kill. Alert. Kill, turn up. Spawn.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. They're going to say inside the 35-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Alert. Big stop. 49 to Mike.
And now it's Rosen looking. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
At their own 25-yard line.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. And this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Play action here with Rosen. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Monday. 80. Check 25.
Now it's Rosen. And that is caught for the 2 points. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And that's caught by Smith. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Check 43.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 12-yard line. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around, not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Rosen will throw. And he'll find Moreau here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw is Rosen. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, it's Jacobs. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
You draw quarter.
Now on 2nd and 16. Rosen. And now here's another interception. Desmond King picks it. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Going on the ground with Eckler, and not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
A loss of 7. It's 4th down.
On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll drop to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Hey, Orban. Switch it here. Monday.
Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
They'll look to throw here. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, they took a shot there and tried to get it downfield, fourth quarter tie game.
Tried to get it in one chunk, didn't they? Wanted to get into field goal range, as you noted, but good reactions back deep, forcing the incompletion.
He's coming. You're out.
Now a handoff working right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent an incompletion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, team six.
Now Rosen. Going to throw right side here, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And this is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
49.
Hey, alert.
All day, every day.
Rosen to throw again. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So now it's fourth down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you've also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Zoom, fellas, let's go. Pilot 64, weak.
He pitches it. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky fourth down call. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll run on first down. Benjamin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Rosen to throw. Completes it to Benjamin. 6 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock, but I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Now it's Rosen. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down.
Hey, pick up. Middle.
They're going on fourth down. Rosen, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And no, it's incomplete. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Running on first down, Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Shoot. Watch the shoot. 2-jet bomber. 2-jet bomber.
Right back to him on first down. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Oakland, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.